When instruction in letter-sound relationships is verbally precise, involving multiple channels, and accompanied by opportunities to apply knowledge, that instruction can have a positive effect on literacy development. In this classroom, students are practicing letter-sound relationships by combining letter cards into different words. They will then practice reading these words in silly sentences.
When I meet with kids to work on their letters and sounds, they start with their bag of letters, and we like to pull them all out and make sure that they know what sound that each letter makes. All right, today we're going to use some of these letter squares to make some new words. And we're going to move some letters around and find some new words that we can make with them all, okay? So take your letters out of your bag and then flip them up so that they're all facing the ceiling. You want to see all the letters so that they're all facing the top, just like this.
I don't know if this is a D or a B.
We're gonna call that a P. Okay, so flip it so it looks like a P to you. What are A, E, and O? What kind of letters are those?
Vowels?
Vowels.
Nice. When we're working in our group, I want to be able to have my students connect the name of the letter to the sound it makes, what it looks like, which is why we go through naming the sound of the letter and putting it in alphabetical order. As a teacher, it's important that you're giving the correct sound so that when the students are presented with that letter, they are using the correct sound. Now that we have all of our letters in ABC order, we're gonna make sure that we know all the sounds that they make, okay? So let's go with A says, E says, well, let's try that one again. It's very similar to I. Very good. What's a word that starts with E?
Elephant.
Elephant. Very good. All right. Every. O says. Very nice. What does S say?
Like a snake.
Snake. Excellent. And Nathan, can you join us for T? T says. Can you make T? Nice. Turtle. Perfect. We're going to make a word and we'll pull them down, sounding out each letter that we make the word. So we made the word sat, so s-a-t. And then I'll ask students, what will you change to make the word set or the word sit? And so they'll have to manipulate their letters to make that different word. They'll have to notice which sound in the word is changing. Is it the beginning? Is it the middle? Is it the end? And then they'll move that letter out and bring the next one in. Let's see if we can make another word. I want to try and make the word set. Can you show me what you would use to make the word set? Set. Can you show
We're
me
always
set?
going to need to use our T.
T is an important letter today. Do you have set, Taylor?
Set.
Good job, Herman. Set.
Oh yeah.
Sound that out for me, Nathan.
Set.
Nice. How would I make set say sat?
Set made sat. Get it.
We're gonna try the word step. So let me listen how I sound it out. Are you ready?
I got it.
Making words is helpful as readers and writers because you need to focus on hearing the sounds so that when you're reading, you know how the letters are arranged and what word you need to read. And when you're writing them, as you're writing each letter down to write a word, you need to understand the sounds and where they are at in the word so that you can spell it. After we make and break apart words, they're given a bag of whole words so that they are able to manipulate those and sort them in any way that they choose. And then we come back together and see how each student sorted them. Let's look at our two P words. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at our two P words. Okay, so first I want you to point to the word that says pan. Which one of those P words is pan?
Pan. Right here.
Pan. Pan. Which one is pan?
Oh yeah, that one.
And why'd you switch?
Because this one said pin and that one was pan.
Pan. Yeah, let's sound out pan.
And
Ramon, if you cover up the P, what word is A-N?
and.
An. So when I add the P, it's now the word
Pan. So that's one of the words we know. So when we get that word, it helps us with the word. You're just
yes, because there is a word in that word that you already know. While we are sorting the whole words, it's important that the students are reading them as well. We really want to see how the letter sound building words that we just did come together in a full word. Let's point to the word top. I want you to find the word top.
Top.
Ah.
Top.
Top. Top. Very good. So let's flip it over because we already found that word. What about the word stop?
Stop. Wait, do we flip over all the ones we did?
Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll do one more sort before we read. Okay. Let's find the word tap.
Tap. Oh, I know what that is.
Tap.
Tap. Did you find tap, Ramon?
Yeah, it's right there.
Can you flip it over? I want to double check. Very good. All right, so we found tap. What about pen? Did we find pen?
Pen, right here.
Mm-hmm.
I found pen, it's right here.
And what about tan?
Right here.
Tan.
Good.
That's a color.
And then what about pan?
Oh, I thought we got
Did we already find that word?
Yeah.
All right. Let's flip them all back over. Nathan mentioned something about a word family. Do we have any words that are in the an family? When we're working with letter sounds, it's important that students have the opportunity to practice these skills in all types of way, whether it's oral and they're repeating the sounds or reading the words to you. They're visually looking at the words, they're moving it around with their hands, so getting some tactile practice in. At this age, it's really important that it's not just a pencil and paper and that they're able to experience it with all of their senses. After we read the words, we are going to now read them in different silly sentences so that students can see the words that they just practiced in a context of reading, and they kind of know why we've been building all these words, why we have been sorting these words, and really what the big idea of our lesson is. So all of these words that we've been reading just now are going to be part of our silly sentences. So let's start with the first sentence.
Put
the
top on
the pen.
pen.
Who's going to put the top on the pen for me?
Me.
I already grabbed it. You have to grab it.
Thank you very much. Let's read our next sentence.
Put
The top on
the pen.
Who wants to put the top on the pan? Kaylin?
What?
Very good. All right, let's look at the last one. Put the pen
In the pan.
pan. Nathan?
Both of them put this pen.
Hmm?
Pop.
Awesome.
Tap.
All right, we got a couple more. Here we go.
Top.
Let's look at that first word. Let's sound it out.
Tap.
The
Tap
pen.
the pen.
Oh.
All right, everybody tap the pen.
Yeah.
Tap, tap. All right, next sentence.
Tap
Tap
the pen.
What are we tapping now?
The pen.
The pen? Let's try that again. Ready?
Top.
Tap
The
the pan. Yeah, let's tap the pan.
Oh.
Ah, well, that
Okay.
hurts. It's metal, isn't it?
Freeze. Last two sentences.
Tap.
Tap.
Tap the pan.
Let's sound that word out.
Pen.
Let's sound it out. So let's start back here. Tap.
Tap the
Pen.
pen on the pen.
The pen on the pen. Does that make sense?
Pan.
The pen on the pan. Let's read the last sentence one more time before we tap the pen. You will all get a turn to tap the pen. Okay? So let's read it one more time.
Tap the pen on the pen.
Pan. One more time, just to make sure.
Tap the pen on the pen.
Okay, before I let you, everybody give a tap. What do we notice about pen and pan?
Alphabet.
Ramon, what's the difference?
They have, that one has an E, that has an A, but they both have ends though.
They both have ends, exactly. And what is this sentence telling us to do?
Tap, tap, tap the pen on the pan.
So how many times do we need to tap the pen on the pan?
1, 2, 3.
3. How'd you get 3?
Because it says tap. It says tap, tap, tap.
3 times. Good. All right, Nathan. 3 times. Oh, is that 3?
1, 2, 3.
Good. It's fun to use silly sentences during these types of small group activities because my students are at the age where most things are funny, and so being able to apply something that they have to learn to something that is fun makes them kind of grasp the concept a little bit more. We do these small lessons to work on these skills so that when we're reading the silly sentences, it seems really fun and exciting, but the big idea, the big purpose is that when they're back at their desks or in their partner reading, when they're reading to self or reading to a friend, they're able to use those skills independently.
Learn more at literacyessentials.org.